Okay, so in here we have a Martin 00015 SM. So it's all mahogany, triple O shaped guitar, but with the slotted headstock. It's not in very good condition.
It looks pretty terrible to me.
Yeah, the guy thought it needed a neck reset.
The guy you bought it from?
Yeah, the guy I bought it from thought it needed a neck reset.
Right.
But there was a bolt inside that just needs to be tightened. When you put this on here now, you can see the neck angle is pretty much perfect.
Okay.
Which means no neck reset. Which means in that case, there's only one big issue, which is this. So when you tap it, can you hear it? It doesn't sound like a smooth drum like you can hear. It sort of rings like a drum. Whereas this one sort of sounds a bit more like a snare drum and it's like something's hitting it. And that's because there's a whole load of loose braces in here. So we just need to glue them all up. And then cosmetically wise, I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, it kind of looks cool how it is. I'm intrigued to see as to what like a touch of oil would do to it.
Should we try that first?
Yeah, sure. Just in like this corner to see.
What oil do you use?
Well, this is just like the Music Nomad, like they use it for fretboards, but I sort of end up using it on loads of stuff. Okay, so I guess in here it's still going to be patchy actually.
It's going to be quite patchy, but the wood looks more alive.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy to sort of leave it at that, to be honest. Like, it's patchy, but it's a little bit more, like, warm and...
What are the black dots there?
I have no idea what those are.
So there's also glue on it. How do we remove the glue?
Oh, removing the glue is fine. It's more like, why were they gluing? I think maybe there was a crack here.
Okay.
I wonder if someone's tried to get into the back. Because there's like cracks, that, like as if they've tried it here and then just sort of gave up. I just don't really know. I think this guitar is probably under humidified, so it could probably do with some humidification.
Some humidity. What
yeah.
for?
I think it's just a little bit dry in terms of where it's been sitting, so I might just get a humidity pack and just leave it in here to sort of help it out.
What about staining?
Staining it? I think the issue is it's going to have a sanding sealer on it, so if we try and stain it, it might just come up really blotchy again. I don't know. I quite like how it's come up here with like in this section where you've got like the blend. It kind
with
of like
the oil.
Yeah, I think it looks kind of quite vibey.
What about that patch over there? Was that a pick guard there?
Yeah, you can see it. Or we'll buy a replacement for that. Okay, we're going to need replacement saddle and then replacement bridge pins. Fret-wise, we look okay. The neck's actually in quite a big backbone at the moment, so I may try and see if I can just relieve that.
Could you explain the gauge?
No, the gauge basically shows how much relief there is in the neck. So those 2 points there are completely flat. So you calibrate it on something flat, and then there's a depth gauge on there. So what it's basically saying is the middle is 0.010 of an inch higher than each side.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
I'm just going to loosen it. It's a very responsive neck.
Oh yeah, it's moving a lot.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why there was so much back rub on it. I wonder if as soon as you put the string tension on it, it just jumps forwards because it's just it might be quite loose. Not loose, but it's just very elastic. Some necks just react really strongly to string tension. Okay, done. So as you can see, this is just one example. The feeler gauge goes all the way through. So we're just going to clamp that down and put some wood glue there just to help it out and to seal it back up again. Thinning down some Type Bond wood glue just to I guess to help it wick in. And that might be a bit watery, so I might just add a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip the feeler gauge in and get some glue on it. And then I'm going to use that to go into the actual gap itself. And then push that in there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we've gone through and we've glued all the braces that were loose. And this is the last clamp. There we go. Taken out. And now when we tap it...
Oh, wow.
You tap it. Yeah.
That's such a significant difference.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a snare drum. We're going to put on these parts. So we've got like a replacement bone saddle. We have these rosewood pins that we'll drop in. But before that, we're just going to quickly give it a stain with some dark brown stain to try and even up the colour a little bit. And then we'll just oil it.
Yeah. What stain are you using?
It's just it's this leather dye. I think it's I can't see the brand, but it's just a leather dye. Hopefully this should even up the colour a bit, so it's not as so it'll still be patchy, which I think is kind of cool. You know, at some point this guitar's had a lot of like hardship, and I guess you can't remove that entirely, but you can make it look a little bit more like blended in, a bit more natural. That looks a lot nicer already, doesn't it?
It does.
It's funny because I always assumed that Martin didn't put like a sort of a tint on it at all.
And it was natural wood.
Yeah, and it was naturally dark. But it obviously isn't, is it? Because like this, you can see how much darker it comes out. So I was told that someone had tried to get into the back here, or there was a crack here at some point. Either way, let's just... Oh, that's so much better.
Your hand was slightly blocking it, but I'm
Okay.
sure we can see that.
Yeah, how about this? If I did this, ready?
Yes.
Is there any on that side that's still on? Yeah. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? God, that looks so much nicer, doesn't it? Let me add a little bit more to here just to... We could have stained this any colour you wanted, actually.
Could have gone for a blue.
Yeah. Could have done a burst. That could have been cool.
Are you oiling the bridge as well?
Yeah, I'm going to oil up the bridge. Everything's a bit
Got
dry.
some stain on it though. Or that.
Yeah, it'll be fine because it'll blend in with the brown.
Okay.
I think that's it. It's not great, but it's never going to be great, is it?
Yeah.
All we can do is it's just going to be a bit patchy in places. Yeah, just going to put some oil on it. I find it's quite good at like just sealing, and you'll lock in some of the sheen and the colour. It'll lift up some of the colour, which is nice because it means we'll lift up the excess. But it will just make it a little bit more nice. And then we'll just really let it soak it up because I think it needs it, and then polish off the excess. It won't stay this shiny. It'll go back down to a nice semi-gloss, I think. Bloody hell, but that looks nice, doesn't it? So yeah, so we'll just show you what it's going to look like with the saddle on. And these rosewood pins. So it's been a couple of weeks since the last bit of recording, and you saw us put the stain on here, put the oil on here, and then we're going to put a pickguard on here. We just weren't really happy with how the pickguard looked, and I think with the sort of rustic, beaten up, farmhouse, whatever you want to call it, nature of this guitar, it kind of suits not having a pickguard, or at least it suits not having a tortoiseshell pickguard. The pre-cut saddle was a bit high, so we had to file it down to get good action. But it's fine, everything's okay. It's got 10 gauge strings on here, which really suits the guitar. The only thing, which I'm really not that happy with, but isn't really a big deal, is the tuners. The tuners are just a bit of they're not great quality. And looking it up online, it seems like I'm not unique in this opinion, which is kind of crazy. You think, for a Martin guitar, if you were to buy this new, it's £2,000. That's pretty poor. I mean, maybe they've changed them now, but even then, this guitar would have been over £1,000 when it came out. How it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with how it looks. It's got a really cool sort of beat up look. Martin does a range called the Street Master, which sort of I think mimics this look anyway, and overall, it just sounds really, really pretty. It's a perfect guitar for just having at home and playing, especially with that 12 fret joint. It's nice and warm. So overall, yeah, I'm really happy with this guitar. Okay, that's that.